Hi, I'm 13 News Now meteorologist Craig Muller with an update on Isaias, our tropical storm. It was a potential tropical cyclone yesterday morning, last evening, Wednesday night. It got better organized, and now it is a tropical storm, and it is approaching the Dominican Republic. So we're going to take a look at that. I wanted to talk a little bit about the steering currents and its eventual potential impacts on Hampton Roads. You can see this big clockwise circulation out here. That's the Bermuda High, and that's been really providing the southwest flow across our region, why it's been so hot for so long here in Hampton Roads. You have the storm down here and the winds around that high coming up, and eventually this is going to be the primary steering force for this system. So it's expected to move across Hispaniola, probably directly over the Dominican Republic, possibly over Haiti, and then coming back out. The Turks and Caicos Islands will be impacted. There are tropical storm warnings out for those islands and a tropical storm watch for the Bahamas. It's going to make a run towards South Florida, but it should turn more to the north and eventually to the northeast, coming up the Carolina coast and potentially bringing some of the direct impacts towards Hampton Roads. Right now, the heavy rain is across Puerto Rico, some wind there as well. Showers and rain starting to overtake the eastern portions of the Dominican. So we're going to continue to watch that. Here's the forecast and the 8 a.m. update. Movement northwest at 20 miles per hour, and this is really significant. When these tropical systems move along, if they are slow movers, that's where we get flooding rains and a lot of the other impacts. You'll have more beach erosion, some of the other things with the rough surf. An area can really be pounded for a long period of time if it's a slow mover. In this case, Isaias is moving along pretty quickly. So it's going to continue off to the northwest, and then eventually that turn to the north is likely. It may reach the Florida coast. It may stay a little bit offshore. You see the cone of uncertainty, a few of the models bringing it farther to the west, others keeping a little farther offshore. But this is the thinking right now from the Hurricane Center. It makes the turn. So it looks like a messy weekend across South Florida as we get into Saturday, and then Sunday it starts to pull up, impacting North Florida by Monday, 2 a.m. east of the Georgia coast, and then later Monday, it brings its impacts towards coastal North Carolina and potentially Hampton Roads, 2 a.m. Right now, Tuesday, you can see it would be due east of the eastern shore and accelerating away pretty quickly. So that's what we're looking at. Now, as far as the forecast models go, here's the spaghetti plot. You can see how many of these models are really pretty tightly packed with that turn to the north and then the northeast, bringing it up over the area. It's important to note, and Jeff had mentioned this, Jeff Lawson mentioned this last night, obviously with these tracks here, if any of these offshore tracks are the ones that actually work out, that system's a little farther to the east, we could see a much stronger storm. It could be a hurricane very easily. Right now, official forecast track has it as a strong tropical storm coming through our area. But if it's offshore, it stays over the warm Gulf water, it could be a much stronger storm. So we'll need to watch that. A couple of the models carry it farther inland, but the vast majority here bring it over either the Outer Banks or very close, possibly over the Pamlico Sound or just offshore. So this is the current thinking. Now, I wanted to share with you how this thing is very similar to a storm that impacted us last year. Dorian last year came up. That's this white line here. It was a little farther north of where Isaias is right now, but it came in and they both got to about the same point here, pretty close to the Bahamas, around the Bahamas back towards Florida. And then look at how close the paths come and then back up through the area. So right now, Isaias expected to maybe come a little bit farther west of where Dorian was, but Dorian certainly produced some heavy rain, a little bit of tidal surge, and we did have some gusty winds down across North Carolina. We'll continue to watch and keep you updated on that. As far as our impacts go, what this could and should mean for us, the center's forecast to move along the Carolina coast. I just showed you that Monday and then exiting early Tuesday. Okay, the primary threats, areas of heavy rain and strong winds, they're possible. We're also looking at rough surf, rip currents, obviously dangerous rip currents out there, but some beach erosion also likely if this system is close to the coast or a little bit offshore. It is a fast mover, so that's good, but with it coming basically right over our area, we definitely want to stay updated on this. I encourage you to stay tuned to 13 News Now over the coming days. Check out our mobile app and log on frequently to 13newsnow.com.